G'day everybody. From the start, I've always been honest that I've been to therapy and I found it amazing. Absolutely amazing. I found myself becoming a completely different person with regards to how empowered I feel, with regards to my own perceptions of me, what is truly important, and I would recommend it to everybody. And it's those kind of things that I take on board when I'm doing my own coaching, when I'm doing my own work with regards to light therapy. Because in my view, the biggest obstacle getting in the way is understanding that you have a choice. So many people think you don't have a choice. They just go through life being ignorant, being naive or being ignorant. You just go through and that'll do. Once you understand that there is a choice, now that choice is still, there might be a right option and a wrong option, or there might be a slightly more right and slightly less wrong, or slightly more wrong and slightly less right option. But there are choices. And do I make the wrong choices? Of course I do. Everybody does. Do I make the right choices? Yeah. But it's still the fact that I am aware that there are choices is the most empowering thing. And that's what I want to get through to you. So for those of you that have watched some of my videos, or you've watched some of my other videos on my coaching channel, or you've read a magazine about something that would improve your health and well-being, improve your lifestyle, and then you just ignored it. At least for that moment, you were empowered. Do you understand what I mean? You were empowered enough to realize that there was a choice and you chose to ignore it. So much like with my lighting, I have said about getting out in the morning, going for a walk, and the positive benefits that will have on your sleep later on, but as your health, on your health in general. I've said about lighting, artificial lighting at night. I've said about screen time. I've said about sleep. So all those times you have seen that, you have read a post, you have looked at a picture or whatever, or graphic that has said that, you have become empowered. In that moment, you are empowered. You are empowered, and if you keep watching my stuff and you keep looking at my posts and whatnot, you are consistently being empowered. But I can't force you through that door. I can't force you through the door to make the right decision. And it's the same with when you go to the supermarket. If I talk to you about specific foods, then you become empowered about making the right choice with your food. And to be honest, most people are a little bit empowered here. They choose, but then they're empowered, but they choose to make that decision. They choose to buy that ice cream, or they choose to buy that chocolate. I bought chocolate today. I bought chocolate and chocolate nuts today. But I made that decision from an empowered point of view, an empowered place. Because I understood the negatives of buying that chocolate and the chocolate nuts. And you might think that's a bit over the top to get chocolate and chocolate nuts, but hey ho, that's my choice. You can't force me to do another one, much like I can't force you to do something else. But the best thing is that getting people from a place of ignorance and naivety to a place of understanding that there is choice. And once you start understanding that there is choice in every aspect of your health and well-being, then you can start making real gains. But again, you have to choose. You have to put some time and effort and sometimes money into making that choice, to making that positive gain. And it's the same with the lighting. Like, I wish that I didn't need to say to you, to people all the time. You realise, even like it comes to it when family and close friends or whatever have got awful lighting in their house, and I still ask, can I, would you be open to me offering some advice, or would you be open to me talking about lighting? And if they say no, then I won't. But as I said in the post the other day, it took one of my friends half an hour to come round to mine with my lighting in my house to realise how impactful it was. How impactful it was on her ability to go to sleep. Because she came round half an hour and, she she was particularly tired. And it took half an hour for me to explain the relationship between the red light that I have in my living room and how that allows melatonin levels to naturally rise because it's dark outside, or getting dark outside, compared to the blue lights that she had overhead in her house. And so that goes to say, now, can I force her to buy red lights for her house? No, I can't. But for that moment and for the foreseeable future, hopefully she is empowered enough to understand that each time that she doesn't have a red light, each time that she doesn't sort out her home lighting, that is her choice. Now, I can't force someone to make what I would deem the right choice, but I can empower someone enough to give them the knowledge that there is an effect to be had by changing your lighting. It's the same with nutrition. If you understand that there is an effect to something, then you understand that there's a choice to something. And that's something that you've got to understand about being empowered, is you have to put time and effort in order to become empowered. And the more empowered you become, the easier your choices become. That's the great thing about it. Like with nutrition, it's a complete minefield with the information out there. But the more empowered, i.e. the more you know about a subject, the easier it is in order to see that it isn't right or wrong. It's degrees of right and degrees of wrong. Or degrees of, right, okay, this will be 40% good and 5% not so good. But is the 40% good? Does that offset the 5% good? Much like if you go out on a social night out. So, if I'm going out and I'm going to a birthday party or a gathering or whatever, then I know about my circadian rhythm. I know what alcohol is going to do to my system. And is it a case of it's right and wrong? No, it's not a case of right and wrong. It's a case of, do the positives outweigh the negatives? Does the social aspect and the fun and the memories I have outweigh the short-term negatives of alcohol ingestion and what it does to my body and the malalignment of my circadian rhythm for a day or 2 days? And sometimes absolutely yes, and sometimes it doesn't. And so I decline. So I decline sometimes going out, and I accept other ones. But it's about weighing it up. It's about, do you understand? Like, if I didn't know about it and I just went out thinking, everything's going to be fine, then that's coming from a place of ignorance. I would always rather come from a place of empowerment to understand that there is always a choice. It might not be the best choice, but it's a choice. And you're not always going to get it right. Sometimes you're going to get it wrong. But it's a choice. And the fact that you understand it's a choice empowers you. If you understand that there is a choice and you choose willingly to do what you know is the wrong thing, that's still a choice. You're still more empowered than someone that doesn't even know it's the wrong thing. And so with the coaching stuff that I do, with the light therapy that I do, all I'm trying to get you, I'm not trying to force you down one choice or the other. I'm trying to just get you aware that there is a choice. So that feeling of fatigue and tiredness when you wake up, that's a choice. That's a choice for a lot of people. With some people with new kids and stuff like that, it's not a choice. And I understand that. But can you do anything to improve your sleep quality at the time that you do sleep? Yes, you can get a good bed. You can have the right lighting around you. You can go to bed earlier. So there are always choices to be had. But until you empower yourself enough to realize that there is a choice, you will go on thinking there isn't a choice when there is. So whatever you do today, empower yourself. Just think about the decisions you make today. Realize that what's the opposite of the decision you made, or what was an alternative to the decision you made. And as soon as you start realizing that every decision that you make has an alternative, then you all of a sudden become more empowered and go, oh my God, I'm actually in control of my life. I'm actually in control of my health. And then tonight you get to make the decision. Shall I go out? Shall I have a few beers? Shall I have a glass of wine? Shall I have 2 glasses of wine? Shall I have some shots? Shall I stay in? Shall I eat a load of crap? Shall I eat that pizza, that ice cream, that chocolate? Or shall I not? How, do the positives outweigh the negatives? But just believe that there is a choice and become empowered. Have a great day and stay healthy. Or become healthier if you choose.